What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up. And yo, tonight I want to talk about a player you guys have been asking about nonstop in the comments, and that's Princeton Fant, tight end out of Tennessee. So he's 6'1", 238 pounds. And yes, he is related to Noah Fant, who plays for the Seattle Seahawks, who was a tight end out of the University of Iowa. So there is a correlation. And I think that's why a lot of Cowboys fans are just excited about him, because they recognize the name. Now he's 6'1", 238. In that Tennessee, he didn't have the highest production. Now, even though I'm calling him a tight end, he does a lot of different things. He came in 2018 as a running back, played wide receiver, played tight end, but last year in 2022, he had 22 catches, 241 yards, and 3 touchdowns from a receiving standpoint, but he ran for 5 touchdowns on the goal line and even played a little quarterback and threw for a touchdown. So he does a lot of different things in the Tennessee offense. Now, the question is going to be, how does he fit in the Cowboys scheme of things? So let's go ahead and take a look. So on the first play here, you'll see him stacked down below. And this is the thing when you watch just not Princeton, but just all Tennessee prospects. I mean, even Jalen Hyatt and Tillman, right? Tennessee runs the spread offense. So here was the knock. You get a lot of free releases. And so NFL teams really want to see you in a pro-style offense, which Tennessee doesn't run. So there's a lot of stack formations, a lot of spread formations, quick throws, a lot of different things that Tennessee does. But you'll see him stacked. And if you look at him, he looks like a wide receiver. I mean, he has 88, he has the crop top. He looks like a damn wide receiver, right? But I want to kind of show you guys, his release and how he gets off the ball. Doesn't have the greatest burst. I think he ran like a 4.66 at his pro day. So nothing too sexy when it comes to his speed and explosiveness, but I want to kind of show his release for him getting off the ball. On this next play here, once again, you'll see him stacked up top. On the floor, right? You can't drop the money, right? So that's a no-no. You can't let that happen. But like I said, overall, it was a good release, way to sit in the zone, good fluid hips, but you can't drop the ball like that. And he kind of gets hit a little bit, but it wasn't too crazy. So that's the money. You dropping money. You do things like this. This is how you become an undrafted free agent versus an actual draft pick, right? So, I don't think he has a fumbling problem, but just in this instance, you can't let that happen. Now, we have an incredible tight end coach in Coach Wells, who can definitely coach players up. But I just feel like when it comes to Fant, there's a lot of things that he kind of just leaves to be desired. Once again, he's lined up down below on the boundary, so he plays a little outside wide receiver as well. And just watch his release. But I will say this, he doesn't really stress you vertical, right? Because we broke down Dalton Kincaid, right, on this channel. And Dalton Kincaid, you gotta kind of respect that vertical game. But when it comes to magical question, because we talk about a lot of tight ends on the channel. Tuck, can he block? Tuck, can he block? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. So you have him right here. Whips a little bit. So I will say this. If you're a Cowboys fan, and y'all remember when we talked about in the Schottenheimer video, why we kind of went with Schoonmaker and some of those kind of prototypes, because the Cowboys definitely does have a type. They want players who can block. I will say when you watch Fant, the blocking is pretty much absent. It's pretty much absent. He misses a lot. He really doesn't have the strength because, like I said, he's 238, so he really doesn't have, strength. He's built like a wide receiver, y'all. Like I said, look at him. He looks like a little CeeDee Lamb out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when it comes to his blocking game, I just don't see how he's going to fit in the Cowboys scheme. I think traditionally he is going to be an H-back, but he doesn't have an H-back build, kind of like Hunter Lupke, who we broke down this channel. So I feel like when it comes to him, he's going to be a player that, a lot of people are going to be excited about because he just has the versatility from the tight end standpoint. But when it comes to the Cowboys scheme of things, it's going to be a fight for him to kind of make the roster, maybe a special teams guy at most. But let's go ahead and get into this formation as well. You see him stacked once again. And it's coming across the middle. So like I said, he's a fluid route runner. He doesn't have a complete route tree, but he can move a little bit. Like I said, he's a former wide receiver / running back, so he can move in space, right? But I just feel like when it comes to the Cowboys standpoint, we already have guys who can actually move a little bit, especially when we talk about Hendershot. Hendershot is a really good wide receiver / tight end that can do a lot of different things. And then once again, here I'm in down below, blocking this defensive end. and he's a lot bad. I mean, he just doesn't really have the push. And I'll say he got a little push there, but for the bigger physical guys at the NFL level, I think he will actually struggle a little bit just at the NFL level, especially being an inline tight end, quote unquote, trying to block. I think if you're going to utilize him, it's going to have to be in special scenarios, more as a kind of like a gadget player. Because like I said, he can run, he can throw, he can do a few different things. So here, good job setting up, just sitting underneath in the hook curl. Boom. So solid hands. And the one thing I will say, right, it really doesn't just show in this film session, but he does have some YAC ability because, like I said, he's a former running back. So, he can turn and run, but it's not as quick as I would like, to be honest with you, that we have some guys in the house when it comes to Ferguson and Hendershot that can really just turn up field and quickly go. But he does have some YAC ability because, like I said, he runs hard. He runs hard. He was a goal line runner at Tennessee, so he does a lot of good things. But like I said, we just got a lot when it comes to this tight end room. Down here, you have him down below, wide out again, spread out. And so, like I said, just quick curls is what he really ran, right? And if you're a Cowboys fan, this is what we're trying to get away from. These stop routes, this is Kellen Moore right here, right? Except everybody be running the same thing, right? So, like I said, he really doesn't stress you over the top. So most NFL corners are not going to get on their back heels, worried about him getting over top and beating them, especially in zone or in man coverage. He wasn't really pressed a lot, but I feel like if he had to battle and get separation versus, let's say, like a J-Ron Curse, I feel like J-Ron Curse would just eat this kid's lunch, right? Because those, safeties are getting longer, they're getting leaner, they're getting faster, they're doing a lot of different things, right? So, I just feel like it's going to be hard for him to really fit in at the NFL level, me personally. Let's play right here. It's a quick out. Boom. Right. Like I said, he really didn't turn up, but just a quick out, just quick play to get the ball in his hands. All right, then here, you'll see him with this deep crossing route up top. And so he's shredded. So I feel like if you were able to get him matched up versus a linebacker per se, then he can work a little bit. He can move a little bit, right? I feel like he can run against linebackers. But here's the thing, right? He's only 6'1", doesn't have the greatest, arm length. So he really doesn't go get it, doesn't have too many contested catches. So even if you wanted to put this ball up there to make him, make a play, that's not going to be what Dak Prescott does. That's not who Dak is going to go to, right? He's going to go to our 6'5", our 6'6" guys with a bigger frame, with longer arms that can create a better window. So it's like, I just feel like with his size, he's just going to be limited at the NFL level. But he can move. He can move. And then this will showcase, that separation versus a linebacker, right? So boom, right? Good feet. Set up the outside. Good plant and cut. Actually, that's versus the safety that's coming down. So good feet. Boom. On the route. Gets upfield, right? So it has to be like simple throws, quick throws, get them in space. Now, I feel like we're going to go to a traditional West Coast offense, which we already talked about in our previous videos. So, maybe with mesh concepts and different crossing routes, you probably can get them involved a little bit. But like I said, y'all, it's just really stacked in that tight end room. It's going to be hard for him to kind of cut his lane and find his own opportunity. But he's definitely a versatile weapon who I feel like the Cowboys would want to keep from a special teams aspect. But, he can do a few different things, and maybe this is a project. Now, he's an older prospect as well, so he don't got much time. But, he can do a lot of different things. But like I said, the one thing that he really leaves to be desired is just the blocking game, y'all. It's just, it's just not there. It's just not there, and I feel like the bigger the opponents, the better their opponents, they would probably eat his lunch. And then last play right here. It's a quick little underneath. Boom. Just simple. Just keep things simple. So that's it, man. That is Princeton Fant, tight end out of Tennessee. Like I said, don't even call him a tight end. He's more just like a do-it-all running back, H-back, wide receiver / tight end. You know, he's a guy that the Cowboys brought in as an undrafted free agent. I know a lot of Cowboys fans have been asking for this video because they're excited about it. Me personally, I see that special teams guy, but he's going to be a fun guy to kind of watch in preseason when we're watching some of these preseason games around, you know, the third one or so, where his name kind of jumps out a little bit. So I think the Cowboys might keep him in house, but I wouldn't expect too much when it comes to Princeton Fant out of Tennessee, man. So comment, like, subscribe, follow me on all social media platforms at jtuck151. I appreciate the support. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. You know, yeah, tomorrow the season schedule drops. Let's get it. Peace.